glad tidings of the removal of the worries of dunya and akhirah to anyone that adopts your teachings. وَنَذِيرًا, and you are being sent as a warner to warn all of those people who don't adopt your teachings, who don't believe in you, who second guess you, who undermine your importance. You are there to warn all of mankind who does not listen, who does not obey, that there will be suffering for them, dissatisfaction, discontentment, confusion, pain, worries in dunya, and then in the hereafter forever and ever and ever. وَدَاعِيًا إِلَى اللَّهِ, you have been sent as one whose task is to invite towards Allah.
Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it.
After a female Canadian MP was snubbed attending a mosque, being made to sit alone in a back corner, I decided to investigate some of the teachings of the mosques near me. Fortunately, a local Islamic center has a YouTube page where sisters can participate in prayers, seeing as, besides the odd MP, women aren't allowed to participate in prayer sessions. Except in some particularly liberal circumstances where they're allowed to observe from a balcony. Perhaps they may even mingle, as long as they come in through a separate entrance. So I clicked on the link, watched a few videos, and this is what I saw.
O Prophet of Allah, those are my people, how they're not allowed to come? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell him, إِنَّكَ لَا تَدْرِي مَا أَحْدَثُ بَعْدَكَ. You don't know what new things they invented after you. You came with one set of teachings, they weren't satisfied, they took another set of teachings. You came with one set of manners, they chose another set of manners. You came with one set of ethics, they chose another set of ethics. You came with one lifestyle, they chose another lifestyle. You came with one way of doing things, but in everything they thought that they knew something that you didn't. They took the ways of other people. They took from east and west. They took what was convenient. They took what was in vogue and in fashion. They took the trends. They took whatever was acceptable by society. They followed all the fads and all the norms. But they left your way. And at that time, even Rahmatul lil Alameen will say, Suhtan, Suhtan, take them away, I don't need to see them. And secondly, we need to increase our love for him. Today, our love for others has overpowered our love for Rasulullah. That's why we do things according to the ways of others. Whether it's in our appearance, in our dress, whether it's about the way we eat and sleep, the way we earn and spend, the way we manage our family life, our personal life. The reason, my respected brothers, why we're leaving his ways is because we have started loving the ways of others more. We need to build in our hearts the love of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, because that is what's going to help us on the day of judgment. So this is a process that has to start right away. And every time we learn something about our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, we must start implementing it right away. When you learn about a sunnah, don't say it is just a sunnah. These words smell of kufr. A sunnah is not something that today we think sunnah, oh, it's sunnah, it's okay, we can leave it. Sunnah means, oh, you don't have to do it. Sunnah is what you have to do. The definition of sunnah is al-tariqa al-masluka fi deen. That thing which is adopted in deen, that thing which must be adopted in deen, that is sunnah. But today sunnah means to people, sunnah, oh, okay, we don't have to do it. So it has become al-tariqa al-makruka fi deen. That thing which you can leave in deen is sunnah. Sunnahs were not given to us, our respected brothers, so we can leave them. Sunnahs were given to us so that we can devote our life to them and die practicing them. And the third thing is we have to, my respected brothers, become the representatives of this Prophet. We have to decide from now that it is my responsibility and my duty to revive the teachings of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. A person who revives one teaching of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a person revives it after it has been erased from mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give him the reward of 100 shuhada.
The Kutub al-Sita, the 6 books containing the words and deeds of Prophet Muhammad. Sometimes referred to as al-Siha al-Sita, which translates as the authentic 6. Sunni Muslims view the 6 major Hadith collections as their most important. The first 2 are referred to as the 2 Sahihs as an indication of their authenticity. We're going to look at the first collection of Hadiths, the Sahih al-Bukhari.
Speaking about really, I think probably one of the most fascinating characters in Islamic history, if not the most fascinating character after the companions of the Prophet ﷺ. He's someone that, we hear his name daily. Anyone that has studied Islam at any level whatsoever constantly hears Imam al-Bukhari, Qala al-Bukhari, Rawah al-Bukhari, Bukhari narrated this, Bukhari narrated that. And subhanAllah, a lot of times knowing the background and knowing the effort that these people put into their work actually allows us to appreciate them more.
Sunnah.com, the Hadith of the Prophet Muhammad. There are over 7,000 Hadith in the first 2 books, not including duplicates. Hadith 56. Fighting for the cause of Allah, Jihad. A man came to Allah's Messenger and said, "Instruct me as to such a deed as equals jihad in reward." He replied, "I do not find such a deed." Then he added, "Can you, while the Muslim fighter is in the battlefield, enter your mosque to perform prayers without cease and fast and never break your fast?" The man said, "But who can do that?" Abu Huraira added, "The mujahid is rewarded, even for the footsteps of his horse while it wanders about grazing." Somebody asked, "O Allah's Messenger, who is best among the people?" Allah's Messenger replied, "A believer who strives in his utmost in Allah's cause, with his life and property." They asked, "Who is next?" He replied, "A believer who stays in one of the mountain paths, worshipping Allah and leaving the people secure from his mischief." The Prophet said, "Whoever believes in Allah and his apostle, offers prayer perfectly, and fasts in the month of Ramadan, will rightfully be granted paradise by Allah, no matter whether he fights in Allah's cause or remains in the land where he is born." The people said, "O Allah's Messenger, shall we acquaint the people with this good news?" He said, "Paradise has 100 grades, which Allah has reserved for the mujahideen who fight in his cause. The distance between each of the 2 grades is like the distance between the heaven and the earth. So when you ask Allah for something, ask for Al-Firdaus, which is the best and highest part of paradise." The Prophet said, "Last night 2 men came to me in a dream and made me ascend a tree, and then admitted me into a better and superior house, better of which I have never seen. One of them said, 'This house is the house of martyrs.'" The Prophet said, "A single endeavor of fighting in the Prophet's cause, whether in the forenoon or in the afternoon, is better than the world and whatever is in it." The Prophet said, "Nobody who dies and finds good from Allah in the hereafter would wish to come back to this world, even if he were given the whole of the world and whatever is in it, except the martyr who, on seeing the superiority of martyrdom, would like to come back to the world and get killed again in Allah's cause." The Prophet said, "By him in whose hands my life is, were it not for some of the men amongst the believers who dislike to be left behind me and whom I cannot provide with a means of conveyance, I would certainly never remain behind any armies heading out in Allah's cause. By him in whose hands my life is, I would love to be martyred in Allah's cause, and then get resurrected, and then get martyred again, and then get resurrected again, and then get martyred again, and then get resurrected again, and then get martyred." A man whose face was covered with an iron mask came to the Prophet and said, "O Allah's Messenger, shall I fight or embrace Islam first?" The Prophet said, "Embrace Islam first and then fight." So he embraced Islam and was martyred. Allah's Messenger said, "A little work, but a great reward." Allah's Messenger said, "Anyone whose both feet get covered with dust in Allah's cause will not be touched by the hellfire." When Allah's Messenger returned on the day of the battle of Al-Khandaq, he put down his arms and took a bath. Then Gabriel, whose head was covered in dust, came to him saying, "You have put down your arms. By Allah, I have not put down my arms yet." Allah's Messenger said, "Where to now?" Gabriel said, "This way," pointing towards the tribe of Bani Qurayza. So Allah's Messenger went out toward them. The guy doesn't even have time to take a bath. The Prophet said, "Nobody who enters paradise likes to go back to the world, even if he got everything on earth, except a mujahid, who wishes to return to the world so that he may be martyred 10 times because of the dignity he receives from Allah." Allah's Messenger said, "Know that paradise is under the shades of swords."
People who were worshipping the fire that had been lit in temples and maintained in temples for 1,000 years. the day Rasulullah was born, all of those temples' fires were extinguished. People that were worshipping idols, that day they found idols had all fallen forward on their face. One person heard his idol saying, "Look, our time is over. Now is the time for this Hashimi, this man of Bani Hashim,